As an athlete turned artist, I thought I'd just be spitting poems and being artsy. No one warned me the women in that world could be infinitely more savage, sucking your soul out in more than one way. Trash the Peace Theater, episode 13, The Badu Whisperer. The year was coochie sweaters with the matching hat and Guess jeans. I was still a corner boy, but also fresh on the art scene, just trying to get on anywhere and spit for anyone who'd listen. Didn't matter if it was an art gallery, bar, restaurant, whatever. I found this one restaurant on the outskirts of Philly that was throwing an open mic once a month. My goofy ass had no idea the restaurant was owned by a cult. The first time I went, I was only supposed to do one poem, but the woman who hosted the event, who I'd later find out was a cult leader, asked me to keep spitting. I ended up doing like 4 or 5 poems and got invited back the next month to do more. When I finished my set, this baddie in an African print wrap skirt thingy John got up into the piece. I think them Jones is called like sarongs or so-wrongs or some shit like that. But what I do know, that ass was looking so right. I stuck out like crazy in that place. Everyone else was dressed in African garb or like they just came from work, and I was looking like I was fresh off the block because I was absolutely fresh off the block. Like, just left the corner to go spit and was headed back to the corner after I finished, fresh off the block. It was a judgment-free zone, so I was the only one who really cared. In fact, the host even paid for my food when I got off stage. After the event was over, Rap Skirt Joan walks up and introduced herself. Joan and I started chopping it up and got cool real fast. She was caked all the way up. It's something about women who wear those rap joints. They always be smuggling a bakery of booty in them. Her ass had gravitational pull. Like if you threw some Cocoa Puffs at her waist, they'd orbit around her booty. I kept going back to the event each month and kept getting free food and mad love from everybody there. So much so, me and Rap Skirt Joan eventually exchanged numbers. We talked over the phone and through MySpace, and I found out she had 3 kids and was working toward becoming a therapist. She was hella cool. She hit me up one night and invited me to a party she was having at her house. And I turned it down to hang with my homies. But the real reason was, I thought I wouldn't fit in with her friends. I just assumed they were gonna be rocking the latest Hotepi fashions, and I was all jeans and Timbs the fuck out. 2 a.m. rolls around and she calls again. Says the party was over, but people were hanging out at her spot still, and she told me I should slide through. So since it was less people, which meant less chance for awkwardness, and it was 2 a.m., I was like... I strolled up to the address she sent me and heard music at the door. I knocked and walked in and saw a bunch of people staring at me. They were dressed in their finest of Hotepi and hipster styles, and I was wearing jeans and Timbs like I just left a Rockefeller video. I'm pretty sure they thought I was there to rob them. The music smooth turned off like the proverbial record stop. She came in the room wearing the so right rappy skirt thingy John to see why the music turned off. She smiled when she saw me and gave me a big ass hug. She did this smooth ass move where she stood on her tippy toes quickly, which made my hand slide down to the small of her back, hovering right over the bakery. When I say those dudes in there was mad as fuck, like how some Beanie Siegel listener all hugged up with the baddest John. She grabbed me by the hand and walked me in the kitchen. Someone turned the music back on and everyone sighed in relief since my presence wasn't a home invasion. We chilled in the kitchen for a sec and she made me the biggest plate of food ever before walking me back into the living room. She told me to sit down, sat down on me, put the plate on her lap and started feeding me. That shit was amazing but wild weird on some Prince Akeem and his bathers type shit. But I was cool with flexing on those other guys in the room. Stay mad, dickheads. The energy got mad weird in the room, as I'm sure a bunch of the guys there were only waiting around to see if they could get a shot at her. She picked up on it as well, and before I finished my food, she asked if I wanted to go upstairs away from everybody else. So shit was mad weird upstairs too. We get in her bedroom and it's already music playing, candles lit, and incense burning with mad Erykah Badu shit all over. I'm not gonna lie, I was low-key scared wondering what the fuck I got myself into. But my pop ain't raised no bitch. So I sat on the bed and she sat down next to me and started massaging my shoulders and back. She continued to feel all over me and whatnot and laid me down. And then an Erykah Badu song came on. And this shit instantly snapped me back to reality. Fuck that. She was trying to sex me up and put that Badu on me. She was gonna have me dressing like those niggas downstairs. Ain't no way I could go back to North Philly wearing crocheted pants and Egyptian linen hats. Fuck that. I decided it was time to go. I ain't want no loving that good.
I do.
And that's when she took the rap skirt joint smooth off. And she did it all seductive and sexy to the rhythm of the song. I was in danger and I knew it.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
Her booty was planetary, an atmosphere if you will. But then I heard Badu again and started thinking about corduroy patch pants and hats. I tried to get up, but as soon as I made the attempt, she grabbed my arms and placed my hands on her booty. That joint felt like hope. Erica said her booty don't lie, and neither did her self-appointed disciples. I felt myself drifting into not giving a fuckville. Erica's voice was giving her strength, and suddenly the idea of wearing burlap dungarees didn't sound so bad. I garnered the last bit of strength I had left and summoned the god of all trash niggas, fuck Niggamus, to rescue me, but he was no match for the spirit of Badu. They battled and he floated away defeated, looking like Camp Low. The good news was, he distracted her long enough for me to tear away my hands from the tractor beam, pulling them to John's booty. I got up and told John I had to go. She said she was disappointed but understood. I left so fast I don't even remember the walk back to my car or the ride home. Just me being on my bed telling my peen that everything was gonna be okay, that he was safe now. She called me the next day to check on me and ask if she was too aggressive. I had to know, so I straight up asked her why she was so forward with me. Her honesty shocked me. She said she was told to do that by the host/cult leader of the open mic. She said she told her that I was her husband and that she needed to do whatever to make sure I was happy and satisfied, which really made me feel like Prince Akeem. She also said cult leader John told her it was her mission to bring me into their religion, that they had plans to put me into some kind of speaking leadership position. She asked me if I could come back over and talk face to face. At first I was like, yeah. I got dressed and everything, but then I flaked. I knew I wouldn't be able to turn down all that booty twice, and I'm sure fuck Niggamus was still recovering somewhere. Years passed, and the cult headquarters was no longer there, so I assumed that John disbanded or moved to Bolivia or some shit. I'd see the So Right skirt thing John out and about. We'd speak cordially. She looked hella happy. One day she hit me up on Facebook and told me she was doing sex empowerment workshops for women. She explained how she teaches women the power of their own divine orgasm and how climaxing the right way will make a man fall in love deeper. And that's all I needed to hear. I tuned the rest of that shit out because I was sure of two things. One, I made the right decision that night because two, she would have put that Badu, whammy, bammy, juju, divination, Professor Snape, potion, poom poom loving on me. Fuck that. More time passes, and I'm scrolling down Facebook and see her face and her name, but her last name was different. So I'm like, damn, she must have got married. That's super dope. So I hit her with the congratulations message. She says that she did in fact get married. She married Jesus. And by that she meant some boy pretending to be Christ and preaching prosperity gospel and making all the women change their last name to his. Homie got thousands of women sending him all their money, convinced that sewing money into him is how they'll find their husbands. And honestly, I wish I had some kind of story of redemption for her. I wish I could tell you she escaped homie's grip, but nah. She's still posting pics of him, his struggle quotes, and his manipulation of Bible scripture. It's wild how she went from one cult to another. I guess some people just need something to believe in. I guess some people are just more likely to be attracted to cult life than others. Sucks to suck. Thank you so much for watching Trash to Peace Theater. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Also, please consider donating to our Patreon to help the channel grow. Patreon patrons receive additional bonus episodes, so there's that too. This is all possible because of your support. Thank you.